Okay, so today I'm going to be doing an analysis of OolongT versus CptNebula at Infinite. What are the Infinite tournaments? So you should know how I do this. I just sign up the game here in case I need to lab anything in game while I'm while I'm doing the analysis. My voice seems kind of sketchy at the moment, but it should be fine. So it's going to be Marth versus Luigi, which should be interesting. And yeah, let's just get started then. Why are you F smashing him at 0? Also, I'm going to turn the music down a little. But why are you F smashing him at 0? Like, if I go over as Marth and just F smash this Luigi, that gets me nothing. Your decision making should always consider the risk and reward. So basically, that F smash or just a raw F smash or whatever in neutral, it becomes better at higher percents where the reward is now greater because you can get them off stage at that point. Like if I get Luigi to 60% or whatever, and I F smash him, oh look, he's off stage, I get a nice edge guard set up, and then I go from there. But if you do it at 0, then you get, or if I hit him this way or whatever, you can say I get nothing. So why am I going to do that for starters? On each interaction, you should be considering the risk reward. So at 0, you know how you, as Marth, you throw out a lot of moves that don't directly combo, but they're very low risk. So your down tilt, it builds damage and it gets you some frame advantage. So even though it doesn't directly combo, well, it can, but it doesn't directly combo, especially on crouch cancel. And although it doesn't directly combo, it's just so low risk that it makes it good as a poking tool. But if you were just moving around and going F smash or whatever, well, they could avoid the F smash and then punish you, or they could shield it and then punish you. So I'm trying to just explain how to consider risk reward in your decision making. I know this is an old video, but I feel like it shouldn't be hurt too much to just explain this now, even though it's pretty simple concept. Just consider your risk reward on all of your interactions. So like when I near in at them, there's a chance that I get punished, and you got to consider the different ways that you can. And then if it hits, depending on position or whatever, I can get a combo off of it. I can get positional advantage, etc. While in the end, it's pretty low risk because you can auto cancel Nair and just like go back to moving again. Marth's a pretty low risk character. You can pick options that don't put you in the most amount of risk possible. So I feel like you were just standing beneath him on the platform because you were too afraid to up tilt him because you were afraid he could like shield drop punish. So you do an up tilt. Whoops. You do an up tilt and then you hold forward and shield, but then you're afraid because Luigi could like. Well, for stars you could shield poke, which is dumb, but does it just consistently? No, it doesn't consistently shield poke, but it's pretty good at shield poking. But yeah, if you hit them, they could shield drop down air like this or whatever. Down air seems like the best move to reach Marth. But again, like, it seems to shield poke Luigi a lot unless they're angling down, but that makes shield dropping near impossible. Well, you can still do down angle and then buffer the shield drop, I guess. but that's still pretty hard. And it also knocks Luigi back quite a bit. So then after the shield drop, if I do a fair as Luigi, it still doesn't hit. So just because of how the character works, with the easy to shield poke shield like that, easy to shield poke, and so easy to shield poke, and a bunch of shield knockback. Up tilting a shield beneath the platform isn't the worst thing in the world, basically. But at the same time, you can do like short hop aerials, specifically like short hop fair drift back, and then you can do another fair or whatever. Or if you're feeling a little more risky, you can short hop beneath them and then do a fast fall up air on shield. And if that doesn't shield poke, you can do an up tilt afterwards, which almost definitely will or whatever. So yeah. Or you could do a short hop aerial on shield and then dash back to avoid the shield drop aerial, and then dash back in and punish. So yeah. I felt like a pretty bad recovery. So for starters, you burned your double jump early. I'm not sure whether you had to. Yeah, I wouldn't have burned my double jump if I was you. So you're at like 60 something or whatever. So you're at like this, and then he just fed you off stage like that, and you're in that sort of position. Well, a bit further, but you were in this sort of position, and then you burned your double jump immediately like this, and then you basically upbeat to go on stage. But essentially, you could just side B low and then stall lower, because if you burn your double jump immediately, then yeah, your upbeat timing is so telegraphed. Like so if I use my double jump, I pretty much have to upbeat when I'm around that side of the stage, and you did an early one. So like double jump. Well, now from this position all the way to this position, I had to upbeat, and like you can just grab ledge and then stall it. Not stall it, but even just like regular gather for the good timing, and it will beat those timings essentially. So while if you do an immediate side B and then whatever, you could double jump by here, and as long as you can reach stage, you might be able to stall long enough, like this. So I did another side B there, and I could still reach stage or whatever. So the stalling method, you can stall for longer. So like I could upbeat from here all the way to here, because I can side B to stall again or whatever. So basically the TLDR of that is the obvious: save your double jump in your recovery as much as possible. It's a very bad habit to waste early. Low nair is actually safe on shield, so I'm surprised. So you shouldn't be getting shield grabbed for low nairs on shield. Obviously, you can space like auto cancel nairs on shield, but like if I got a Luigi and even if he shields DIing in, then I can do low nair on shield like that. That wasn't the best low nair on shield, but it'll do. And then I'll do a dash back afterwards. And as you can see, even if I get Luigi to frame perfect grab or whatever, or I'm just going to spam grab. So Luigi grabs, Marth avoids it, and then you can punish the Luigi afterwards. So low nair on shield is a pretty good bait, because they're going to want to punish our shield, like Luigi specifically will. Not even just Luigi, a lot of characters will just try to shield grab you. A lot of characters and players will try to shield grab you, and then you just punish that.
driving around in circles on spinners, and we are working 8 to 6. We are on our way to the club, we are high, we are drunk, and we are sober. And we do not see the signs. We are listening to
I would have done a forward air there. So you get him to, you force the air dodge, so you run off, and so you make him preemptively air dodge. So when you do this double jump back, I would forward air him off, and then he's lost all of his recovery tools, and that's a free edge guard. You go for a up air, which you get to a juggle, but then he's just gonna try and gimmick you out.
stop. I fear there is no U-turn. And that this road dead ends. Because we cannot
So,
read the signs.
I know this is old, but you're not acting very quickly out of your down tilts. Plus, just there you do wave dashes and whatnot, and it's just like
We must turn around.
kind of not looking like very good. So you're doing something like this. You're doing down tilt, down tilt, down tilt. You're doing down tilt, and you're doing down tilt wave dash.
We must read the signs. We must
And that's just really your down tilt movement and whatnot is just really slow. So if I move into a down tilt, I'm gonna like dash back frame perfectly or whatever, or at least that's what you should be trying to do. Something like this, and then you could down tilt dash forward. You can do down tilt. You can do down tilt wave dash, but make sure just make sure your movement is quick essentially. And don't get stuck in your down tilts. Down tilt is just a poking tool. You want to go back to moving afterwards. Also, this is Luigi. I'm not seeing much like walling out with airs, forward airs. You're pretty much just doing down tilts, which for the most part is fine. Luigi wants to play a grounded game against Marth, and down tilt is good for stuffing wave dashing approaches or whatever. But at the same time, like short hop, double phase, and short hop, late phase, fast forward, late phase, auto cancel in airs, and it's double jump, fast forward phase or whatever. As long as you dash back after them or whatever, or shield or whatever, it's very hard for Luigi to punish. And if you catch him coming in, you can get a combo off of it. You can get frame advantage or position off of it. So you want to play your game a bit more based around that. It's really effective. That was kind of risky and bad. So he has the side B here. I think he's lost a double jump or whatnot. So he has the side B. So what I would do is just stand on stage, to be honest. So if I get Luigi to go off and charge there, if I get him to up B on stage like that, like how he was going to, so you just stand near ledge or whatever, and you just hold shield, and then you just wave dash out shield punish, and then if he misfires instead, you can do the same there. And then if he doesn't go past ledge, as in if he goes below ledge or whatever, you'd move out of your shield, grab ledge, and then go for the edge guard from that. So that's effective. You could also, yeah, that's pretty much just how you want to do it. It's really effective, and also not as risky to the Luigi misfires as specifically going off is, because if I get caught or whatever by a misfire, then it's just, yeah, you gave up halfway through because you knew it was too risky, and then you just got caught by a non-misfire anyway. That was nice. That's really nice actually. Good timing. That sucks. So I'm not sure about this jab essentially. So that down throw turnaround down tilt is fine. You force the air dodge, and at that point, so you had him at 27% air dodging back on stage like that, And at that point, I'm pretty sure you can do other moves that will just hit him off. Because I think, again, he lost his double jump or whatever. So, you're in your down to animation, so you had access to all your grounded tools. So essentially, he dodges like that. And if I get him a fast fall, he'll shield or whatever. So for starters, what you can do is you just re-grab him. And you might have been doing that. You might have just pressed Z to try and re-grab, which will give you the jab, since you're in the down to IASA. So what you want to do is jump cancel grab, or shield grab or whatever. But jump cancel grab is the best. So you can just grab him again, and then forward throw him off stage, and then continue or whatever. You can time an F smash, and then that's good. Or you can do short hop fair. Because if I jab him, as you can see, he just grabs ledge afterwards, so it's not the best, and they can always DI it well. So short hop nair, short hop fair, those are both good options like that. So yeah, essentially, again, F smash is good. You just want to force him back off stage, unable to grab ledge. I think you probably jumped or whatever, but yeah. Not jumped, I thought you probably grabbed or whatever, but you just press Z, which wouldn't work. Oh, don't jump there. What the hell was that? Was that down smash by him? It looks like a dock up B cancel. Yeah, it was a down smash. Anyway. Okay, that's it for this game. Damn, I've been going pretty slow. It's fine. Again, you're not acting out of your aerials and whatnot frame perfectly. Like you get a low up air on shield here, and this is a frame where you could have ran another frame, another frame, another frame. Essentially, and I think this is 30 FPS, so that would have been even more frames basically. That was quite a few. You're just not acting after certain actions frame perfectly, which is honestly a make it and break it sort of thing. If you get a grab on Luigi, then I think F throw is the right decision. I don't think so. Let's say again F throw on him here. If he DIs away, he can double jump out like that. And can you combo onto that? Can you react and combo to that DI? I'll just see whether you can combo for starters. No, I don't think you can. So, Afro isn't actually the best thing, I guess, which kind of sucks. So I guess you have to read him or whatever. That kind of sucks, but oh well, it is what it is. Just do a quick Afro to throw off DI, or read their double jump or whatever. Or yeah, or just up throw instead. Up throw is not a bad choice at all, because juggling Luigi is quite good, especially given that you're Marth. So yeah, I guess up throw being your main throw, or just a very quick F throw so they don't DI it properly. Oh, that was such bullshit. One thing I'd get used to as Marth is being able to ledge dash shield with intangibility. So you want to do ledge dash. Whoops. You want to be able to do this because it essentially forces them to pressure your shield, which isn't the worst thing in the world. It forces them to pressure your shield or grab you. And once they start grabbing you or whatever, then you can start doing different stuff or something. But ledge dash shield is just a very good. How are you going to pressure me? Because if they hit your shield or whatever, then you can act out shield or whatever, depending on how good the opponent's move was on shield. So just keep that stuff in mind. But then your other ledge options are stuff like this. Stuff like ledge shot, late aerials, drift back aerials, like this, hex dashing, and yeah, stuff like that. The pretty obvious stuff. But when you, it's not the problem that they're obvious. It's the problem that you need to be good at them. You need to specifically practice them. You have improved quite a lot since this tournament, though. Like this is all pretty sloppy, and I think the other set I watched of you versus How was a lot better than this, so that's good. Oh, that was good punish on what he was doing. What he was doing was kind of stupid, but the punish was good. That was bad. Again, just put your shield to the ledge like this. Maybe even angle your shield to make sure you don't get shield poked, or maybe even light shield a little bit. Like, if your shield is too small, then you'll have to think of something else, like just grab ledge and stall or whatever. Grab ledge and like ledge dash on. But if you got a big enough shield, just shield near ledge. When the thing, if it goes through you, you just wave dash out a shield and punish. If it goes below ledge, then you just wave dash a shield, grab ledge, and then get the free edge guard from there. So yeah. You were kind of just spamming down tilt there. You can react to Luigi's up B and then down tilt. You don't need to spam it like that. I didn't know Shoryu was that weak. Well, I do not like that dojo forward air. You still have that habit nowadays, but essentially you just did like side B, dojo forward air, and then up B to ledge. And if they did like regular get up to avoid that dojo forward air, if they did regular get up to avoid that, then they could just wave dash back to ledge, and then you would be edge guarded free. So I really do not like that. You have a very bad habit of doing that, even nowadays, from the last time I watched, and from the last time I did an analysis of you. So that's just something you really need to stop doing, I think. But then, what I do instead is, if I've wasted my side B, there's tons of ways you can stall in that situation. You can do low up B, a low double jump, which allows you to stall until they get off ledge. You can do a double jump sweet spot to ledge if you can reach it. You can do double jump side B, which is a nice momentum shift. So it's really tricky, like that. There's a bunch of options you can do to be tricky and whatnot, but don't do that double jump fair for the most part, because it's a really bad habit of yours, and you need to learn to avoid using it in your recovery. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to analyze the whole video, since it's already 24 minutes and I'm not even, like, I'm a quarter of the way through, and that would mean I'd go on for like an hour and a half, which is a bit excessive. But until like an hour, I'll go. Oh, that was a nice recovery by him. That was an interesting counter. I would not consider that, but obviously if you don't do sweet spots, then that counter isn't going to work. But yeah, I found that kind of funny. But that was a really good recovery by Nebs, where he air dodged to land on Randall, edge cancelled, and then try to recover. But yeah. Okay. So you get the dash attack, you true combo to the fair. I'm pretty sure you could just do a double jump aerial and it would have comboed. Or at least forced him to jump, because at the moment you didn't really force him to jump, he could have just done something else anyway. When you got Luigi above you, you need to make sure you're spacing for the tipper of your sword, because otherwise he's just going to try and cheese you out with that. So make sure you're trying to space for the tipper of your sword. That worked, but when he did that down B, I would have stored ledge another time, essentially. So he did this down B. Okay, so he's gonna be able to stall for a bit longer. Yeah, you might as well just like double refresh the ledge right here, and then you would just make sure you'd be fine when Luigi gets off. But he does an immediate one. If he dropped lower a little bit, I think he could have still grabbed ledge. He did an immediate up B though, so you won that. And then you went Ganondorf, so I'm not going to analyze that because you play Marth. That was a really good nair. That was a nice low nair, which is safer than auto cancel. Well, it's safer than auto cancel as an approach. So basically, what I mean by that is when you throw a nair in neutral, auto cancel nair like this is so safe. It's just really hard to punish. So auto cancel nair in place and auto cancel fair drift nair drift back are just so hard for opponents to punish properly unless they go under them. Which is why you hear about like Falcon Raptor Boost beating Marth Nair, stuff like that. But then if you're approaching, well, if I get an auto cancel Nair on shield or whatever, yes, it can be safe, I think, if you do it properly. But at the same time, it leaves yourself way more risk to being countered by CC and out of shield options. While if you do a low Nair, so if you do short hop, fast fall, low Nair, you know for sure that you can just dash back or whatever to avoid their out of shield or crouch cancel option, which you can't really be sure of for auto cancel. And it's also better for combos, as it would have been here. So you get a low nair, and I'm pretty sure you should have grabbed here, and I'm pretty sure you did even. I'm not sure how it works. No. Yeah, I think you held down and pressed Z, which gives you a down tilt. So I think you did this. I think you were going for a grab, because a grab here was the obvious decision, because he was right in front of you. I would just don't hold down, I guess, in that position, just do a standing grab. Yeah. Or you could hold down and then do like a jump cancel grab or something like that. Or a shield grab or something like that. But essentially, yeah, I don't think this down tilt was obviously not good because it puts him in a position. And also after the down tilt, you should have immediately shielded. So how you shield after down tilts? This is a pretty simple thing. But you know how like if I down tilt and hold shield, I'm stuck in the whole down tilt. Well, what you want to do is down tilt, hold forward to walk like this, and then hold shield, and they'll do down tilt, walk for a frame, and then shield. So that's what you should have done after after the down tilt after the nair. You should have done down tilt, hold forward, which is down tilt, hold forward, which would have shielded his nair, and then you could have gotten a grab or something. again, you're poking with down tilt, but it's in a very in a very slow way again. So you're doing like down tilt, wave dash back, down tilt, wave dash back, down tilt, wave dash. I'm not seeing much fluidity in your down tilt usage. So you can do like down tilt again. That shield thing comes into it. You need to be able to act at a down tilt very quickly for all things, especially with dash, which I don't really see you do at all. You need a down tilt, IASA dash, because that makes it the most effective poking tool, because the opponent can't like punish it on reaction. If you do down tilt, and if you keep spamming down tilts and wave dashes or whatever, it becomes far easier to punish both from above and from the ground. While if you're just keeping fluid with your movement, down tilt dashes, down tilts, short hop aerials, just you could do, because that's effective. You could do short hop aerial walls into down tilt, like short hop against Luigi. Short hop late fair into down tilt. It's so hard for him to punish. You need to learn those effective walling strategies and whatnot, and just learn to act out of down tilt a lot quicker, especially with dashing and whatnot. You need to outspaces. You need a space around his. You could have done a tip affair there, or just outspace his nair, basically. You're going for a lot of. I know. I can see you're obviously going for a lot of pivot tippers out of throws. You're messing up like every single one of them. You're probably going better now, but even then, if they DI away your F throw, you're not meant to pivot tipper. You need to do reactionary movements and whatnot, which is not quite what you're doing at the moment. Okay. So let's just see what other options you had. So for starters, you had your side B, which you didn't use. You definitely should have used your side B. That was a sort of free recovery range, because you're from here all the way to like. So you're from here all the way to here, and then you did up B, just like that. No, you had your double jump, you had your you had your double jump, you had your side B, and you didn't use them. So what I would have done is I would have done a side B at around this height, so that if they're getting off ledge, you can double jump sweet spot afterwards. So essentially, it would force them to get off of ledge at this timing, and also if they are on ledge. Or whatever, you also can do shit like this, where you can just fast fall after the side B, and then up B to ledge. You can fast fall, double jump, stall, up B to ledge. So it's so much mix-ups and whatnot that it makes Marth's recovery really good, and you just didn't use it at all there, which is bad. I don't see a lot of dash backs and whatnot from you. You need to make sure you're keeping mobile. After your aerials, you can throw out down tilts after your aerials, but not every time. That shouldn't be the standard, basically, unless you're walling them out in neutral. What you want to do is just like short up aerial, dash back, and then keep moving. Short up nair, short up auto cancel nair, dash back, dash back. Keep your movement fluid. Short up there. Well, you wouldn't do dash back necessarily after short up there, but you obviously learn how to do aerial into aerial and stuff like that, and aerial into down tilt. But your standard option, the one that you do the most time without even thinking about it necessarily, is just aerial dash back, because that's the safest option you have. And that's what makes Marth neutral so good. Again, like I said earlier, it's all about that risk reward, and by minimizing the risk by doing the stuff I'm saying, you make your neutral effectively just better. So yeah. So for starters, you didn't jump cancel grab there, but yeah. Again, that was that. That again, that's that key habit of yours that you still have even to this day. You always double jump fair off stage, and it's such a exploitable habit of yours. You always do double jump fair up B, and basically, if you're playing an opponent who notices that and has any idea of what they're doing in the game, they can just kill you for that every time. It makes your recovery honestly pretty bad. And I've given you other stuff you could do, like I've given you a bunch of other recovery mix-ups, so you should already know what you can do about it, which is good. But it's just a habit you really need to break, because I was pointing it out in You vs How as well, and that's newer. This is quite an old VOD. Otherwise, I wouldn't be saying something, but it's still a habit you have to this day, essentially. Pretty sure you could have shielded there. Any situation where you think Luigi is very likely to nair, in a situation where he thinks he can nair, just shield and then punish. Shield, get him back above you, and then carry on. Okay. Again, no dash back after your aerials. I don't think I've seen you do it really. I might just not have noticed. But again, you're doing aerial into down tilt, which is really good as a walling tool. Don't get me wrong by that. I heavily recommend. Again, like you can do instant double jump, fast fall, fairs, down tilt as a walling tool. You can do from platform drop through fair, down tilt. It's very good as a walling tool. And you're doing aerial shield, which I'm not entirely sure of. It gives him an opportunity to wave dash in and grab you. But I guess if he does a wave dash in down smash or a wave dash in up tilt, then you can punish that. So perhaps. But then and I saw you do down tilt. You did fair down tilt dash forward. And this, what I do is I do fair down tilt dash back. Because the dash forward is just opening up yourself to getting punished, and it's not like you can't get punished for the dash back, it's just far safer, like fair down tilt, dash back, and then you just keep moving, so you do like fair down tilt, dash back, and then carry on your movement, and then yeah, you know what I mean. I've kind of repeated it over and over, but only because it's just kind of important being able to stay mobile and as safe as possible as Marth. Because that's where his recovery, not his recovery, that's where his neutral is good from. It comes from how he is low risk in a lot of his decision making. So one thing I want to talk about that I've seen Jar Riding do, and I don't think Nebs does this. So if I'm gonna out throw him, and I'm gonna time a short hop up air to catch him, like that. One thing I've seen Jar Riding do recently is, so obviously, if I do a down B, it does that sort of momentum stall. But I think if you do like a double jump down B, then it'll like, you can basically just timing mix up you. You can do that with regular down B as well, like that. But if you're doing it proper, if I did a fast fall after that up air, I would have stayed safe from the down B gimmicks basically, and that's one benefit of being Marth, because it's because of the range that allows you to stay safe. So if I'll do a down B gimmick there, and as Marth, I did the up air, but I didn't do the fast fall. So up air. Now I'll do fast fall. Whoops, I didn't auto cancel. I'll try and auto cancel. So auto cancel, still didn't auto cancel. It's got It's got a kind of tricky timing to it. So I auto cancel, and then I can even up tilt him in time. So something like that. You could also, especially if you're on flat ground, you could land and shield that that last hit of the down B, and then grab him again or whatever. So that's just again a benefit of being Marth. The extra range allows you to do stuff like that, which other characters would struggle with. And okay, so last game. Okay, well he obviously thought he had his double jump. You need to react to DIs more of your F throws, and not just versus Luigi, but in general. Like I've seen you do F throw, pivot, F smash versus Peach when they DI away, and it's like, what's the point? What are you getting off of that? You can react during your dash. So you F throw, you dash. If they DI away, then you carry on running or whatever. You dash attack maybe if they didn't fully DI away, and then if they did fully DI away, like down and away, then you can attack chase. If they did no DI or DI in, then you react in your dash and you pivot F smash. So it's all about reactions. I always thought Shoryuken was stronger than that. Yeah, okay, so that's what I was talking about earlier, where you were just throwing out down tilts earlier, but now you realize you're outside of his up B range, so you just wait, react to his up B, and then down tilt on reaction, and then you mess up your wave dash to ledge. I think the platform threw you off, I'm not entirely sure. So, yeah, you land on the platform, you're on the platform here, so you try and wave dash to ledge, but it doesn't put you on the ledge, and then you fuck up after that. I still think you were grabbing ledge a bit too early anyway, so you get the down tilt. He still has to side B at this point, so I'd wait for the side B first before grabbing ledge, because otherwise you're going to have to stall ledge. Well, that's not the worst thing in the world. If you grab ledge now, then you can just do double jump, stall on the ledge, and then that'd be the same thing. But you can also just wait, so just shield here in case he misfires and hits you. And then once he does the normal side B to ledge, around this time is when I'd wave dash to ledge, so that I'd be on ledge now. So when he up Bs, I'm just intangible. And then if he has any stalling method still available, like if he tries to side B or whatever, then I can just stall the ledge, which you wouldn't be able to if you were just rolling up. That was a back throw. I would do a down throw for stars. So I've explained how to edge guard Luigi since now. I mean in the video in this analysis. So I'm not going to explain it again. It's the shield stuff. It's just really effective. And I wasn't the person who made it. There's a video out there of somebody explaining it. I just took it and it's really useful. The thing is, he's doing regular get up, so he's giving up ledge. So you should just be trying to go to ledge more. If you went to ledge there, you would have grabbed it. I know you might be kind of like afraid or whatever, so yeah, I get it. Again, you're not doing much dash back after these aerials or down tilts or at any time. That wall you were walling in neutral, which is good. You were doing fair down tilts and whatnot, but you need to mix it up as well. Like mix up some nairs, mix up some dash dance movement. You can't just wall, otherwise they're just gonna read your timing and then come in and punish you. Um, So yeah. That's funny. Um, okay. So that was a good side B height, but then what you did after. So this is a good side B height, and then afterwards you could double jump sweet spotted ledge. So he was on ledge, so it's good that you noticed that and dropped down low. But then you should react. You should in your double jump. You should react to the fact that he's getting up and just immediate up B and grab ledge. You did you didn't react, so you just waited and then you upbeat to ledge, and at that time you could just wave dash back to ledge and grab it. So you're not playing a reactive recovery because mass recovery in that position is very, very good, especially on characters that don't have intangible ledge stalls. Okay. Again, that's a situation where Luigi thinks he can just nair out, and you're giving him that opportunity. So just shield the nair and then punish. It's just effective, essentially. Obviously, you don't want to get him into the position where he can nair or think he can nair. Um, so you don't want to get him into that position to begin with, obviously. But if it does get into that position, then just accept it and just shield. So yeah, that's about it for this analysis. Hope it was useful. I'll be making your routine somewhat soon for New Wave, and then I'll be studying up on all of your matchups that you'll have to play and all of your opponents, uh, ready to coach you for that. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.